In this video, we'll talk about how to begin the process of iterative prototyping. The most important thing to remember is that there is no single correct way to do this. A lot of it depends on your strengths as an artist and a designer, and your preferences for the ways you like to work and develop creative ideas. Some possibilities for beginning iterative prototyping on a game or an interactive artwork include storyboarding or sketching. And we can see some examples here with some initial character sketches for Sony's game Journey. So those early drawing processes are really nice ways to quickly get ideas out on paper, literally, so that we can visually see how elements of the game are operating and get feedback about what changes might need to take place. Now, you could also focus more on the story aspect of a more narrative game or interactive experience. You could use mapping tools like Twine, for example, which is a really great tool for crafting branching, sort of choose your own adventure style narratives. One example of a game that was developed in that style is Depression Quest, which is a choose your own adventure style game along with graphics and sound. Some designers start by making their concept art first. Now, this is a little bit similar to beginning with storyboarding or sketching. The distinction here is that this is a little bit more functional. So we can see an example of this from the game Sink or Swim, where the developer started with an initial animation and developed the rest of the game from there. You also have the option of making a physical, maybe it's paper or some other low-tech approach version of your game. Here on the right is an early paper prototype of the game Objectif by AM Dark, which is a sort of comparative, almost apples to apples style game that's dealing with different faces and skin tones and hair types. You might also think about using existing interaction technology to stand in for certain parts of your game. So a great example of that is the game Sissy Fight 2000, which was initially modeled inside of a text chat application and then developed as a visual game. Last but not least, here are a couple of great examples of start to finish explanations on iterative prototyping in indie game development.